God blessed the Sabbath day at creation when he rested on the seventh day. God said, remember the Sabbath day in the Ten Commandments. He never unblessed the day. He never abrogated it. Paul never abrogated it. Jesus never abrogated it. It was never done away. Matthew 24, verse 20 shows that in the time of the end, Jesus' followers will be keeping the Sabbath. Why else would Jesus say, pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on a Sabbath day? If you read the chapter, it's referring to the time of the end. 70 AD was only a type. The ultimate fulfillment that's really being referred to is the time of the end, as Jesus said in Matthew 24, verse 3. I'm sorry, the disciples asked him, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Couldn't be more plain. But people still will try to find a way around keeping God's commandments. Leviticus 23, he says, these are my feasts, not the feasts of the Jews, as if that's a bad thing to be the feast of the Jews. But I digress. Those are God's feasts in Leviticus 23, including his Sabbath. Instead, man keeps Sunday, Christmas, Easter, Astarte, Astaroth. That's where the name comes from, Ostara. Why do people rebel? The one tree God commanded Adam and Eve not to take from, why was that the one they went for? You put 10 small children in a room and say you could touch every toy except for that one over there. They're going to go for that one over there. No excuse for ignorance anymore. Acts 17, verse 30. And the times of this ignorance God winked at, but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent. Hebrews 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. The New Living Translation of Hebrews 10, verse 26 says, Dear friends, if we deliberately continue sinning after we have received knowledge of the truth, there is no longer any sacrifice that will cover these sins. People overcomplicate things. It was a simple command by God for our own good. It was made for man. We should rest and keep his Sabbath holy. Will we obey? Will you obey? It's that simple. I hope you all have a very pleasant Sabbath and a peaceful weekend. Bye-bye, friends.